Welcome to another team prosperity training. This is a weekly team training that goes into different components of our business model to help you find success, whether you're trying to gain initial traction, whether you're trying to grow, or whether you're trying to scale your business. We've got some great training today. Before we do that, we just always like to review very quickly what we went over last week. And remember, these are always on the YouTube channel and the Facebook group. They're emailed out. So for you or your agents, just go into the channel. You can search for whatever it is that you want. Last week we did a training on mastering the communication flow. So how to open, continue, and direct conversations that actually convert. And the art of communication is one of the greatest skill sets that you guys can pick up in your business, because once you learn how to open, continue, and direct conversations, it's all about just sorting people. And then once you get good at that, you can fly through, disqualify quickly, spend the time with the people that you need to, they're actually qualified. So if you missed that, or if you need to review that, that is in the backlog of videos that we have for you. This week, we're going to change tunes a little bit and open up what might be a multi-week series on LinkedIn. And specifically, LinkedIn for business builders. LinkedIn is used for different reasons, right? People have jobs, people have businesses, whatever it is they do. But what we use it for is to build our business. And more specifically, what we're going to go through today is an intro training class to set up messaging and posting that works on that platform. I tell you guys all the time, if I could only have one platform, social media platform, for my business now and going forward, I had to give up everything else. It's easy for me to decide. It's going to be LinkedIn. So when you guys understand the power of LinkedIn, understand the audience, who's there, whether you're looking at partner recruitment or our client sales, this is a great place to be. Spend some time, energy, resources on the things that will return value to you. LinkedIn is one of those things where you need to be aware of the possibilities, and you need to attack the platform based on whatever it is that you're trying to do for your business. So this training is going to help you set up a LinkedIn profile that attracts the right type of people. Remember, this isn't just an open gate where you want everybody coming through your profile, because there is an algorithm. And if LinkedIn doesn't understand what you're trying to do, it's not going to help you. If they do understand what you're trying to do, they're going to help you. And if one of the things you can do is build an audience of like people, whether it's a partner recruitment or client sales, we want to recruit the right type of people into our business. And then we want to send messages that start real conversations, not just messages that spam people, but messages that will actually get their attention, cause a pattern interruption, and get them to respond back. And then we want to post content that keeps you top of mind with prospects and partners. So these are the things that the training today will help you. So we're going to get right into it. And then what we really want to discuss before we do that, and this, I know this is B2B leads, but this understands and helps you understand the power of what can happen on this platform. 80% of the B2B leads that come from social media come from LinkedIn. So let's make it work for your business. We're B2B and B2C, but understanding the amount of B2B leads that come from social media, and then 80% of those comes to LinkedIn. Like I said, it's worth investing time, energy, resources into your LinkedIn to make sure it's going to be what you want it to do, present how you want it to present, and give you the value that you want from it. So profile setup that attracts. So LinkedIn, remember, when you are looking at LinkedIn, your profile is your digital storefront. Now, it should be designed to convert, not just list past jobs. You're not just using it to attract yourself into another job, like a resume like format. That's not what you're looking for. And what we do, it's going to be your digital storefront. So you want to create it to convert, to create leads, to attract the right type of people, to get engagement from your core persona audience. So this is going to be based on helping you attract your audience. You need a profile picture, and the things that you need to understand about your profile picture, it needs to be professional. If you're coming off as some type of an advisor or a coach or somebody like that, and you got a terrible headshot, it just doesn't, scream professionalism. So you need a professional headshot to look professional. You need a one with a clear, high quality and a warm expression. So remember, images, especially in social media, are 80+% of the presentation. So for you, you need a profile picture that's professional, you need a high quality, clear with warm expression, and you need to dress the way that you want to be perceived. Remember, if you are a professional and you are not dressing so, are you going to be taken seriously? So understand who you are, understand the persona or what you're trying to attract, and then dress accordingly. So your profile picture, when somebody lands on your profile, it's going to be one of the first things they see. Make sure it presents you the way you want to be presented. And then your banner image. So this is the first thing outside of your profile pic that they're going to see before they start scrolling through. I said use Canva, but you can use any of these places or sites that you're comfortable with, but you need to create a custom banner, and you can do research on this. You can ask AI about the specifications for it, but you need a custom banner, and it needs to include a call to action. So remember, you have your persona, you have your profile picture. Now you're going to start having, even in the banner, messages that are relaying to your key core persona. So that call to action, helping families convert debt to wealth, book a free education call, something like that. Once again, it's a storefront, is a lead generation profile for you. It's not about just who you are and what you've done. It's about what you're able to do for other people. That's what your LinkedIn profile needs to get across. And then you need to have a solid headline. Skip the job titles. You're not like a common job title. You need to use value-driven statements. So an example, helping families build wealth and eliminate debt, financial coach, be your own bank advocate. These are the things that you need to have in your headline. Remember, you're not working for somebody, you own a business. Get creative here. Use AI if you need to, but reach out. And then when you're reaching out, what I mean is when somebody's landing on your profile, you want it to speak to them. If it's not speaking to them, they may connect with you or they may not, but you're not going to grab their attention versus another profile that is continuously and consistently connecting with the same type of people, having their headline read out to that type of people. And then the messages and the content that go beyond that is also going to be speaking to that persona. And then your about section. This needs to tell a story with a hook. And in that story, you need to share who you help. Who is it that you help? What do you help them solve? Remember, you're not selling products or services, or you're not recruiting. You're solving problems. So who do you help? What do you help them solve? How do you do it? Why does it matter? Then a call to action with the link. That's how you set up the about section. Tell a story, share who you are, who you help, how you do it, why it matters, and a call to action that should not be something invasive like setting up some type of, a anything that requires much from their side other than just showing up. So call to action could be grab a guide, schedule an education call, attend a webinar, a masterclass, but it shouldn't be something where you're already asking them for their financial data. It should be an introductory call to action that will eventually lead in the next call to action to asking them for some data. So an example of here, I help homeowners and business owners eliminate debt, build passive income, and create generational wealth using smart cash flow strategies and modern financial tools. Want to learn how? Let's connect. Once again, guys, if you are in front of the same type of people with the same type of messages, you're going to learn a lot about that crowd. This business is going to be a lot easier than trying to be the chameleon and blend into everybody that you talk to, having a wide, diverse network of tens of 20s or 30s of different types of people. You can't do that. You're just going to be feeling like work is hard versus working smart. And then in your featured section, what is your featured section? This is what's going to continuously come up at the top. So featured is just going to be whatever you pin. What do you want to pin? You want to pin things like calls to action, whether it's a lead magnet, you have a free guide or a quiz they can take, anything to start getting the conversation going, and also anything to exchange for some contact information on the front side to where that prospect now becomes a lead. We've got I-to-side presentations on convert debt to wealth, insurance agents, real estate agents. You can use those. And you have your Calendly link. So in your featured section is going to be the most valuable things you have at that particular moment for your business. Now, Things can revolve in and out of the featured section. Sometimes you have something for a while, it gets stale, or maybe it doesn't get much results at all. You can switch it out, but it's very easy to pin the stuff. And when you are creating a post in LinkedIn, once you do it, it'll say pin to feature. So, or pin to featured section. This is exactly what you're doing. So your featured sections should be calls to action. And then your experience and skills. This is not a section where we're going to go off and list all of our current positions to describe, or all of our past positions to describe what we've done. You want to use current positions to describe how you help, not just what you sell. Remember, how do you help that particular person solve a problem, whether it's known or perceived for that persona? And then add relevant skills like financial education, insurance planning, cash flow management. You want to be somebody who's looked at as a trusted advisor, somebody who's built rapport, trust, credibility. How do you do that before you start meeting people? You have your proper online infrastructure set up. One of those things is LinkedIn. And your contact information. If you've gone through the trouble of doing all this and doing it well, and you're starting to get some eyes on your profile, you don't want to be the secret agent. Make sure your phone number, email, and your booking link are visible where people can get right to something, where they can get on your calendar, they can call you directly, email you directly. Like I said, don't go through this entire process and leave this part blank because you're not complete here. Let's move on to the messages. So you want to not, once again, it's not about spamming. It's about strategic connection building. And if you are connecting with the same type of people, you're going to start to develop messages, and you'll see those messages start to get either zero response, means it's really not a great message, or a particular message will start getting more response than you ever expected. You want to continue on with that one until it gets stale. So you want to test some stuff, but with keeping in mind, if you're in front of the same persona, you're just testing messages to that persona. It's going to tell you real quickly if something's working or if it's not working. Who do you want to message? Well, professionals who match your target persona, whether you're on the partner side, the client side, or you're trying to straddle both sides of the fence there, you're looking for professionals. Why does LinkedIn really match up here? Because it's the most professional site. If you're looking for clients, it has the most six-figure earners. If you're looking for partners, it's very easy to segment and identify people. People are expecting to talk business on LinkedIn. Also, you're looking to message people that you can build mutually beneficial relationships with. CPAs, realtors, mortgage pros. Hey, how can we do something that benefits us and our clients? Get the conversation started, show them how you help people just like them. And then on the client side, you want to, especially if you're looking at selling insurance, you want to look at the times where insurance is at the top of the mind. Newly married, homeowners, business owners, job changes. Same thing with our debt to wealth technology. Who do you want to get in front of? New homeowners that have almost 30 years left on the mortgage. We can do a lot with those types of people. So understand who you're going after, understand what the messages are, and understand in certain situations, like at the bottom here, why it is the best possible time to get in front of that type of person when they have these life events happening, because they're thinking about my new spouse, my new home, my new business, my new job, all of these things. And job changers can have old 401ks, old IRAs that need to be rolled over into something that makes more financial sense for them. And then connection message template. So here's how you would do it. Hey, whoever I work with, once again, you're naming a target group to help them insert your value outcome. So this is, once again, about identifying a persona, creating messages that resonate with that crowd, and then going out and finding where your persona is. Here, we're finding them on LinkedIn. How do we find them on LinkedIn? Through the search. It's very, very easy, or through groups or things like that. Saw we have similar interests, let's connect. So just, if you're connecting on the front side, give them a reason to connect with you, and then warm them up with another message. If they connect, thanks for connecting. I help people eliminate debt, build real wealth using strategies most banks never talk about. I'm always looking to add value. Let me know if you're open to learning more. Warm up. What do we do after warm up? Soft call to action or follow up. Hey, would it make more sense to share a quick 5-minute video that explains how I help clients build cash flow and eliminate interest payments? So you're connecting, you're warming up, your soft CTAs, you're creating, what is this? A messaging cycle. Most people on, most people, period, but we're using LinkedIn today for training. Most people on LinkedIn are not going to go through the process of sending multiple messages. If you see what happens, they may send out one message, they may send out two, but not many people send out more than that. When you get constantly in front of people, whether they're on LinkedIn every day or whether they're in LinkedIn a couple times a month, you will see these messages start to stack up, and then they will start to, by themselves, start to rebuild some trust, rapport, credibility based on the fact that, once again, you are not pushing stuff down their throat. You're identifying them as a persona. How do you help people just like them? And you're introducing some ways to learn more. Learn more is the greatest call to action that you can possibly learn. It's very non-threatening, very inviting. A lot of people say yes. Don't forget, when you are using LinkedIn and you are using those message sequences, always keep it personal, value driven, and short and respectful. If you don't like to read 3 paragraphs of stuff, nobody else does either. Get to the point as quickly as possible without being overly aggressive. So stay personal, stay value driven, and stay short and respectful with your messages. After you build a persona and after you connect with that persona and after you start to message that persona, what is going to be next? Well, your posting strategy. What is your posting strategy going to do? It's going to build visibility and trust, but really, if you want to look at this as complete infrastructure, if your messages are the outreach, your posts are the magnets. So you're getting in front of a group of people and they're the same type of people, and then you're messaging those people and you're posting about those people and how you help them. All of it's going to glue together. And when that person comes in there, they're going to be inundated with a bunch of stuff that's directly related to them. It's going to position you much, much better. So the post types, well, you have educational. So here's how to pay off your mortgage in a fraction of the time without refinancing. You also have engagement. So an example of this is, what's the one thing that you wish you learned about money 10 years ago? Get people talking. That's one of the things that will help you. If you get some people talking, more people will start to talk. Storytelling. If you become a master at storytelling, then your job becomes a lot easier because facts tell, stories sell. So share a short story of a client's success. No names or personal information, just how did you help that person? And once again, if it's related back to the persona, it's going to be easy for those other people to align and relate with that. And then the authority post, announce trainings, collaboration, interviews. So if you get into a nice, sequence of educational, engagement, storytelling, authority post types, once again, AI can help you line up 90 days worth of this stuff on an outline and help you write this stuff. If you get stuck with writing content and you don't know what to write, don't just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. Get AI to help you. And then this is your content formula. There's hook, value, and your CTA, which is your call to action. You need to very quickly, because as people are scrolling, this isn't going to be as bad as Facebook where they're just dumb scrolling. When LinkedIn, they're also scrolling as well. You need to have a hook. Grab attention the first 2 lines. If you can't grab the attention the first 2 lines, it really doesn't matter what the rest of your post says because they're probably not going to read it. And then inside, after that hook, you need value. Deliver insight, solve a problem, and then come in with the call to action. Everything you do, whether it's an email, a direct message, a post, no matter what it is, it needs to have an objective or goal. If you have no next action step, kind of leaving it hanging. So CTA could be comment guide if you want to copy, or DM me for a DM strategy to learn more. So you're getting on top of the call to action, you're getting some engagement within the post, solving 2 problems at one time. And then your frequency, I think twice a week on LinkedIn is good. If you start getting to the point where that's comfortable, you maybe want to post 3 times. I wouldn't overpost on LinkedIn, and make sure that as you're posting, it's not quantity, it's quality. If we're only posting a little bit here, what's the value of LinkedIn? Things don't expire as fast as they do on other sites. So if you post something that's valuable and it gets some read, it gets some eyes behind it, the algorithm likes it, it can stay on the platform for a very long period of time, weeks or even months. And then use native LinkedIn content, text only, image plus caption, short videos, document carousels. If you give them what they want, when I'm talking about them, the LinkedIn algorithm, give it what it wants, it will reward you. And once again, if you're abiding by the algorithm, connecting with the same type of people, messaging those people, posting about those people, the LinkedIn algorithm is going to start to understand very clearly what you're trying to do, and it'll make things easier for you. Hashtags, these aren't as valuable as you probably think they are, but they can be. So 3 to 5 relevant hashtags in case somebody's searching on hashtag, and your stuff will come up. So debt to wealth, financial freedom, life insurance, passive income, beat the banks. If you have a brand, I encourage you to put that as a hashtag, because if somebody looks for your brand as a hashtag, your stuff should come up right there. And then this is a bonus. So this is leveraging features for business growth. So what can you do to accelerate yourself on the platform? Well, there's something called creator mode. You can turn it on for more visibility and profile tools. You may have to have so many connections or so much activity. I'm not sure. I turned on creator mode a while back, but creator mode is something that in your profile, if it's able to be turned on, it can give you your profile more visibility, more tools, and then leverage things like LinkedIn events. If you're doing webinars, team trainings, things like that, put it on LinkedIn events sometimes. Your newsletter feature on there, get people to subscribe to your newsletter. You build a subscriber list right on LinkedIn, which you get their data, you get the ability to build that list, and you're staying in front of people. And then polls and surveys. People love to give their opinions, love to give you their feedback. Learn about your audience and boost engagement. So there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things that you can do beyond the normal stuff for advanced strategies to get some more leverage against other people that are using it, or maybe using it not as fully or as correctly as you are. So the action plan coming out of today's training, here's what you can do right now to start building momentum in terms of articles, posts, and all activity. This week, you should concentrate on, if you need to revisit your LinkedIn profile, you're planning on, redoing it, or you haven't looked at it in a while, you need to revisit it. It's not a one and done thing. If it's going to bring value to you, then you should constantly be looking ways to get better at what you do on that profile, on that platform. So 4 key things to do this week. Number 1, update your profile using today's checklist. Number 2, reach out to 10 new ideal connections daily. And then number 3, connect or create 2 posts using the content formula. And the 4th thing is add a link to your lead magnet or appointment scheduler. So not everything needs to be done at once. And if you look at your profile and look at all this stuff, I got to do all this stuff. No, take it by section. Do it really well, and then move on to the next section. If you don't have time, come back the next day, the next week, whatever. It's an ongoing project. It's not one and done. So you need to learn only what you need to do right now to get better and kind of stair step it. Remember, you're not looking at the top stair. You're just looking at the next stair. What do you need to learn right now? And then once you learn that, you need to implement it to grow your business. That's all being an entrepreneur is. It's a lifestyle. It's about learning and implement what you learn to beat yourself, beat your internal, and beat your external competition.